All right, y'all, look at me go. Third video in 1 week. We're on a roll. I today wanted to talk about my peace and how, very briefly, I've gotten to that place of peace. I truly am the happiest I've ever been and the most secure, confident, like truly empowered within myself. But through, like, to get there, it was hard. It was very, very hard. But it was simple at the same time, you know what I mean? Forgiveness is, I believe, one of the most powerful things we as humans can experience. Did this tip? I don't know. Both giving and receiving. And I think that for a lot of my life, I don't really hold grudges. Like, that's not something I do. But I know that my identity, growing up queer, growing up Black, growing up in very conservative areas with ADHD, all of these things, oh my God, that make me me. All of these identities. I need to get a camera stand. That's within the next week. All of these identities made my life, let's just say it made it interesting. It led to a lot of disempowerment, later empowerment, but the being put down, disempowered, was almost my entire life. And I tried to keep the light inside of me on throughout all of it. And I think that, like, the people who've known me can attest to that a lot of people, when I meet them or when I talk to them after a while, like, they can't really tell that I've been through as much as I have. And I think that it's always fascinated me too, just because there are a lot of reasons I should be, and I have been angry, that I've, like, I feel like I should have lashed out a lot more, hurt a lot more people, but I'll get to that later. But I think that through especially my 20s and early 30s, like, I've become very socially, politically active, and obviously all of the injustices in the world are so devastating, so heavy, and I was angry for so long, you know what I mean? Not just because of what's going on with me and, like, how I'm being treated, but the people around me. I've always really tried to show up for people and stick up for anyone who is different or is struggling. So I think that, like I said, I was angry for so long, and it brought me down. Like, I was truly so unhappy. Anger is an emotion, and I think I'll talk about it in another video, is one of the most difficult emotions that I have ever had to navigate. And throughout my whole life, you're going to hear my Roomba come in. But I think that I really, okay, had to turn her off. But I think that, yeah, anger, it just made my life so much more difficult, being angry at people who are very closed-minded, who are narrow-minded, bigoted, hateful, all of these things, and spread that and hurt me and hurt the people that I love. And I think that spending that time angry didn't really get me anywhere. I mean, I appreciate every step of my journey. So I appreciate that perspective, that alternate perspective than where I am now. But I will say, getting to a place, and this has required me to hermit, to really reflect and go through my own internal underlying rage, anger, not even about any particular situation, but just of, generational trauma as well. And I think that I really took that time to heal. And how I did it was through forgiveness. And when I say forgiveness, I mean forgiveness and compassion and understanding and empathy, even for people who people cannot even imagine having empathy for. I am dedicated to being a person who understands that people are the way they are for a reason. Like, I know people say that all the time, but I don't know that people really understand that your experiences, each and every one, teach you things that you record in your mind, for later, right? But those are your experiences through your perspective, through your life. Like, if you were in another person's experience, you would be having theirs, right? Okay, stay with me. And they would not have yours. You know what I mean? Like, things that are common sense and things that are like, some people just need to touch the stove to see that it's hot. You know what I mean? And I think that can apply to many different areas of all different types of people's lives, right? Like, we all have that area of our life that we have a little bit more difficulty navigating. Like, some of it's relationships, some of it's finances, some of it's all kinds of things. So I think that my compassion has confused others, my empathy has confused others, and I think has been misinterpreted as enabling and not and keeping people from taking accountability, which is absolutely not what I am doing. Absolutely not. But I understand that I know things because of who I am, because of my life experiences, things that make sense to me, that I understand because of where I grew up, because of the people I was around, because of the information I absorbed. Every single thing added up to who I am. And so, and honestly, people are so unhappy, right? People are so angry. These people who are causing this harm, no person who is genuinely happy and at peace is ever going to intentionally hurt another person and intentionally cause harm. We all cause harm, right? But there are reasons people do the things they do. And I'm saying this as somebody who has been marginalized and disempowered my entire life by people of all these walks of life who I'm talking about, these ignorant. I have been the receiver of so much hate throughout my life. And I would say a little bit more than the love, right? Like, it's been very imbalanced up until recently, you know what I mean? And that came from that peace reflected in my life and allowed me to forgive myself, forgive my family, the people closest to me who've hurt me. Like, it has opened so many doors for me, and I want to help people get there as well. But again, I like to be clear that I am not saying anybody needs to think like me. Like, I am just sharing my perspective because I was in so much pain, and I didn't even realize how much pain I was in until I really sat down and just dove deep. And I think that all this to say, I truly believe in the good in people. I really, 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 really do. That does not mean that, like, I am friends with everybody I love, like, kumbaya. No, absolutely not. In fact, I am very, very careful about who I allow in my energy and my space. But I am not going to be a person that is going to, like, if one day these people want to learn and change, there's always going to be somebody there to support them, basically. And I think that, like, they may never get there. And that's not on me. That's not on anybody else. So I think that all that to say, forgiveness is a blessing and truly life-changing. And I want to help people get there. Yeah, it's a dream. But, yeah, 3 videos in a week. We're really just, and we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. But I also I really want to slow down and enjoy everything, because it's taken a long time for me to get to this point where I can sit in front of a camera and really be confident and comfortable and believe my words have value and people want to hear them. So anyways, new videos will be up soon. That's all. All right. Everybody say bye, including Bug. Bug. All right. He's out of commission. Everybody have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. And just know there is somebody here for you. Always.